Welcome to season 3 of Sitting with Stan, a program much acclaimed throughout the entire African continent, bringing superstars of the days gone by. And when you talk about the days gone by, the first thing you think about is the excitement that they brought to the game, that they brought to the fans, that they brought to our lives. And here we are today, courtesy of the legend himself, Stanley Screamer Tshabalala. Stan, I mean, you played the game.
Yeah.
You know the game. Mm-hmm. I know injuries came and it became problematic and the game had to come to an end.
Yeah.
Life was never the same for you, was it?
No. Because while I was still playing, I broke 2 legs.
Yoy.
I broke this one first, the right one, then I broke the left one.
Football injuries.
Football injuries. And then as time goes on, I had to go and make a knee replacement. This right leg. Now I need to go and do another knee replacement on the left. Then it means I'm going to have irons on my knees. Now, yeah, that's problematic because every time I fly,
So this is your memory of football?
Yeah, this is my memory. Yeah, after football. But then football was exciting then in our days, yeah. It wasn't too strict in so much that players cannot express themselves. What
is it? Because
I don't know. Whether,
when you watch now, what is the problem?
Yeah, the thing is, they become so restricted. I don't know whether it's a coaching thing or what, I don't know.
They're scared to make mistakes.
Yeah, they are scared to make mistakes. Anytime he has the ball, he gets rid of it. Say, for instance, like strikers. In our days, when you pass a striker, he has to hold the ball. When I pass him the ball, I'll go to the right or left so that he sees me because he's holding the ball. Yeah. So when I pass the ball to him, he'll just flick the ball on the left or on the right, depending which side am I running on. Yeah. But these days, even if you pass him the ball, I'll say,
Hey.
But that's
a beauty. I mean, you talk about the excitement of the game then on the field. I mean, you've highlighted 2 major things of life after football.
100%.
Because things change drastically. Because you're no longer the superstar.
No.
The fame is disappearing.
Right.
Maybe the girls are disappearing.
Yeah.
Maybe the love that people have for you and your free things is gone.
100%,
You know.
yeah.
Maybe let me throw it to you, Yende. Because you told us that you were about 30 years old, 2016 decided to stop playing the game. What were the first major things that triggered Uguti? Hey, this is a different world, it's a different life. What were the main things that stood out?
I think people start treating you differently.
Yeah.
And now as a player, before your career goes to an end, you can feel, you know what? Accumulate imali enough which is on sustain the life until how far. And we also get anxiety, panic attacks, sleepless night, because it's a job. You can't function more sevens. And then abantu bakuhlonipha bayaqala niyambona kuyaphela manje. Which is it's unfair because the time sese right nonke besenza yonke into sisonke mathi mfana anginamali taxi ngifuna ukuyoshaya ama trial nami uyamzama njengebra yakho mara mase izinto zakho ziyehla kuba ngathi manje wena vele bozenza ngcono ngoba ucabanga ukuthi izinto zakho zipopile. It's sad and it's painful.
But how do you cope though? Do you find that post playing, not that you even had support structures when you were still a player, it must be worse when you're no longer part of a structure?
I think the most of it all, in my case, being grounded, being humble, knowing God, it made me realize that, you know what, even if bangati lemnyangolo so value, there's still another option I can look for.
Sure.
So, but not everyone can think like that.
But when my gents, because I think yours came before the true.
Yeah.
Cutting ties, and especially when you're playing for a very prominent team like Orlando Pirates, you're the talk of the town. Everybody knows you. When you go Cape Town, Durban, wherever. usuqedile-ke, it's game over for you. What starts to trigger in your mind ukuthi yes?
When I joined Orlando Pirates, like I started having more friends. I started having more people, but they want to be in my life, but not to be in my life in reality, just
For wrong reasons.
For me to spend for them.
Yeah,
for wrong reason.
Yeah.
For me to spend for them. But at that moment, because when I was still excited about the badge, and then maybe also worried, Gucci, I need to claim my starting 11. You don't worry much about these ones.
Can't do any mal.
Sure. More especially if you don't do your homework right, if you don't communicate, if you don't listen. Because the more you communicate, that's where you get other advices.
Yes.
Because you become open. But if you don't do that, you think you're Mr. Knows All. You know, I went that route because I'm not Jesus Christ. I made my flops for me, my friends. But when I was coach, at least I listened. And I started chopping them off. Lababangas panel. And I remained in Lababangas Tshabalala's girlfriends. Laws only here for nails and hair and other things. No. But law, at least we are going to kuluma. Why every time when I'm doing your laundry, I only see withdrawal slips. I don't see deposit. She's gonna build me, she's gonna build my life. That's what really helped me. But now I always tell people, I said, don't learn by mistakes. Because I've learned by mistakes. Now you must just learn because everything is fast. Tina, at least we managed to regroup, to restart. These days it's not easy to regroup, to restart. Because it will take you the long way before we are on your feet.
It'll be like you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, Jomo, how did you feel, Uti, you're going to call it quits? Your time is up. Was it the body? Was it the mind? That decision to say,
I think so too, Robert.
yeah,
You get to a point where our Safunu was introduced.
right.
You think, why was I Gerald Modabi at Orlando Pirates? And now I must go to another small club, so-called. And I must say, hi, I'm Gerald Modabi, Mthokozisi trial. And what follows is, hey, but so this part became a hindrance in the game that I loved so much. You know, why do you start with my talent and then there's this big part that you're not even sure about, you know? But you have shy. But you have shy when you know, then it also became problem. The coaches that were stepping up to being head coaches are guys that I played with when I first started out. You know, you expecting better to phase you out of this beautiful game. I'm not sure if it's as beautiful, but yeah. Okay, manje wena owazi ability yami ufocusa kule siphuzo.
Yeah.
So ukuyeka kwami wasn't ceremonious, wasn't how I envisioned ukuthi ngizoyeka ibhola. It was forced, but it was definitely not, the timing was not the right one. Like Yende, I think it was 2013, I was 32, and I thought, nah, angisafuna ukudlala ibhola. Ngenhliziyo ebuhlungu.
So you felt judged?
Yeah, I felt horribly judged. Like him, I phased out, no announcement made, no one knew anything about me. I just went, no more.
You just disown yourself.
Yeah, I would angisafuna ukusevalana netiski.
Yeah.
Ngimnanda abasalayo sekushap. And at that point, you know, you're thinking I'm 32, I can still give it another 2 seasons. I could have played until I'm 44.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, ngiyayekela. Nalobo bubroko phezu kwabo, Robert. Awusafuni next. Uyayekela, uyaduba, uyakwata. You go into oblivion for a good 4 or 5 years.
Get angry.
But are you not then on the edge of suffering depression?
Akusena edge lapho, so phakathi, deep into it. Support structure is non-existent. Imedi yavaya.
Sure.
Because we don't cut them some slack abantu besifazane. You know, we want them ukuthi be obvious indaba yabo ukuthi because you are in my life and I'm a professional footballer, kumele understand. I understand the ini when she was not equipped. When you as a footballer weren't equipped to deal with the madness that's going on around you. Ukuthi sengidlalele Pirates, akusafana lesikhathi ngidlalele SuperSport. A lot has changed. You know, I had an encounter first week Orlando Pirates. I'm not selected for a match, Johannesburg Stadium. I think, okay, let me go off and have a beer. But where am I having the beer? In my ride. The next thing I heard, ikenle coke faster than mini coupe. So a supporter uvule itaxi, wakapi iwindow lemoto, as if to say, what are you doing? So man. That's when I knew, okay, I'm in Johannesburg now. I'm at Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
So that just shows you, no one at the club took the time to say, I had to learn that fast by myself. And that's exactly what happens to footballers in this country. You know, we retire without aid, we retire without much support from the powers that be. Uguti, where do I go from here? Obrastan is not just Obrastan. He's a legend that played for Mamelodi Sundowns, that played for Kaizer Chiefs. That is why mangizokhuluma naye intwana zamanje. Ngikhuluma naye ngifaka ama headsets or piece. I'm not even he's not even sure ukuthi uyangizwa. So there is no thorough structure eskelezisa ama player ukudila nalento mabaqala nanoma bayeke.
That is so true.
Sure. Yeah. When we talked about the depression part, I saw you agree. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go into a process where now you found yourself to be in a state of depression?
Yes, remember me, I experienced depression before I reached professionalism because of my parents.
Yeah.
So I had an idea what's happening in my life when my career went to a limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I already knew what's going on by the grace of God.
But do you seek professional help? Because, I mean, a lot of the things that come out with depression is you don't want to see people.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, brother Rob, we all do.
Yes.
We all do.
Mina ndotabe sengicabanga ukwasusa namakhethini ngifaka iconcrete like we faster.
That bad?
Yes. We all do.
Crazy.